Bro, music. You're pretty big into music, right?
Very big into music.
Very big into music.
Yes.
Okay. I hear this sometimes from certain groups when it comes to Christian contemporary worship.
Ooh.
They say it's corny.
Really? Okay.
They say it's corny for a man. They say a man of 20 or so age, 20 something, I should say, sorry, would find it corny. Nobody actually likes this type of music. I guess they call like, I wouldn't even call it rock. I wouldn't call it Christian contemporary rock. I mean, I guess it is some, like, they incorporate some type of rock, but people say it's corny. What do you think about that? Is this like a good genre? People be chatting. These are Christian influencers. Wow.
Okay. I don't know if I've really heard that a whole lot. I recently, probably as of maybe beginning of this year, started really getting into more Christian music. And I started off with Christian contemporary music. And have since then branched out to all subgenres of Christian music. Shout out to one of my friends who put me on to a lot of great Christian artists.
Wait, say the name.
Our friend Jenna. You also know,
Jenna.
Yeah, you also know Jenna.
I was gonna say, who are you talking about?
Yeah. So shout out to you, Jenna.
Shout out, Jenna.
If you're watching this, for those recommendations.
Okay.
So
she did. Yeah. Now that you say that, she did. Okay.
So I started off. I did get put on to a lot of like just regular contemporary worship music. People such as like Brandon Lake, Chandler Moore. Let me see, Corey Ashbury. Like, these are all like big name contemporary, I'd say, worship artists. And for me, and I feel like the part of why it's kind of upsetting to me, I guess, when I hear that, Christians specifically are saying this, is that worship music is something that should resonate with you specifically. And I think when it comes to contemporary worship music, like, that's supposed to be felt on an individual level. Like, there will be a song based off of the lyrics, you may have a completely different feeling towards that as I do. Like, if a song is about, you coming to Christ after, living a life of sin, like, you may resonate with the song that has that message if that's your story, where if it's talking about the everyday journey and trying to be better, even if you've been a Christian your whole life, I may resonate with that differently than you do.
Right.
So I feel like it's like, and that's how music is generally, and I feel like that's why I love music so much, is that you can be a completely different person from me, have a completely different life story, and a song may make you cry that may make me like super upset or angry. A song can make you feel like the happiest in the world, where that song can make me depressed, So I think it's all opinionated.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's like, when it comes to contemporary Christian music, or I guess Christian music in general, it's what you like. That's where you need to find, where that is. And I think like I said, I grew up in a Baptist church, so like a lot of my upbringing when it came to Christian music was strictly gospel.
Yeah.
And I think that's like what you get, especially like in the Black community. Like, that's where like we hear a lot of like Christian music is gospel. We heard Kirk Franklin, growing up, God's Property. Shout out to them. But I think it's like you can branch out, and I think that's perfectly fine, because as long as you're getting a message that's spiritual as well, like that's where that, feeling should come from.
Fair enough. Yeah. Since you bring up gospel, I don't know if you remember this, but in the BET Awards, the best gospel song was a song.
Yeah.
Best gospel song was won by none other than Glorilla.
Shout out to God. Big
Christians
Memphis.
did not like this.
Big Memphis. And that was the Kirk Franklin. I'm not sure if that was her collab with Maverick City or not.
No. Okay. I don't think Maverick City was on there. Okay. Maverick City was a nomination.
Right. Okay.
A lot of people had a lot of things to say about her winning the BET Award. They hated it. My cousin in particular was someone who was very outspoken about it, as he is on anything involving, we won't say too much, but Caleb Gordon says something strange. Shout out Caleb Gordon. He's a Christian hip hop artist.
Gotta get him on the pod, bro.
Will we work? Will Caleb Gordon and I work, bro?
Bro, it's a war, bro. It's a war out there.
It really is a war. So Caleb, you gotta, bro. I'm out to Orlando January, bro. Can we work, bro? This actually might be my invitation. This is your formal invitation, bro. Come through, bro.
Can I be a guest?
Yeah,
I just want to be in the
no.
back seat. I just want to be in the back seat. That's y'all. I just want to see this podcast
bro,
happen.
come on, Caleb Gordon, bro. We really rock with your stuff.
Bro.
We mess with Spin. We mess with the whole War album. He don't really like Spin.
Spin's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I just think No Remorse is probably like
No Remorse
the
is great.
best song.
Seat at the Table. Obviously, the Rocky Roads are crazy.
What else we got?
Bro, Flow getting better.
Catch a Vibe is hard,
Caleb,
bro.
we know all the work.
We could go into this for a
work,
while, bro. But shout out to Caleb Gordon, bro.
Let's work.
But anyway, yeah.
Caleb Gordon said something interesting. He said, well, people can't really, fault BET for giving Glorilla the award because it's a secular organization, secular entertainment service, and they're going to cater to people that they know who are in the secular world. What do you think about Glorilla getting the award, and how do you feel about that sentiment?
Yeah. And the reason I also brought up Maverick City as well, because I believe she also has another song with Maverick City. If it's not on the same album, I'm pretty sure it's separate. Forgive me if I'm mistaking that. But, like, they were also getting a lot of slack because people were like, why are you, a Christian group, collabing with a hip-hop artist? And that's also something that sparked a lot of the conversation. And then further, why is a hip-hop artist getting nominated for a gospel award? And, we hear a lot of the times that, secular music shouldn't intertwine with, Christian music or, Christian-themed artists or whatever. And I don't know. If I'm being honest, I kind of can see both sides with this. First off, I honestly flaw award shows in general because we have so many subgenres when it comes to music as a whole. We have, African music, we have Latin music, we have hip hop, R&B, country, like the list can go on and on. But then we just have Christian music, But then once again, I say it was so crazy seeing the playlist that Jenna sent me, and literally from song to song, it would literally be a worship song, gospel, Christian rap, Christian R&B, Christian pop, Christian Afro beats. Like, I didn't even know that there was Christian Afro beat artists. Like, I never heard of that before. And if we were to make, Christian music more mainstream, then we'd be able to honestly properly place these things in the subcategory that they belong into, and the fact that Glorilla wanted to make a Christian gospel song, that's getting slack from BET because, first off, people aren't listening to gospel music as much anymore. So that's why, no shade at all to Kirk Franklin. But that's why we keep hearing Kirk Franklin's name over and over again in gospel categories, because that's the only Christian artist that a lot of people know.
Yeah, right.
And I don't put that in quotes because, he's not Christian. I put that in quotes because, that's, only, that's the only Christian artist that people know.
Kirk Franklin and Lecrae.
Yeah.
They just get they rack up all the awards because people are like, oh, okay, I've heard of them. He worked with Ty Dolla $ign. He worked with so-and-so.
Exactly.
And also, you called her Gorilla. We're not.
I don't think he meant to call you an animal. I meant to say Glow. Glow, I love Glow. I meant to say Glorilla.
It's crazy because my cousin really be doing that. And I'm like, bro, chill, bro. You're actually.
I meant to say Glorilla.
Okay, yeah. We know. We know you would.
Apologies, y'all. Shout out to Glow, bro.
It ain't
Big
another.
Memphis.
That's not another female rapper you would actually purposely diss.
Oh, no, at all.
There's one he has personal beef with that we will not bring up.
We won't bring her up. We won't bring her up.
Hey, bro, let me talk to you about this. We just played a song game, where I asked you to, guess the artists and stuff. One of the artists on there is King Von. King Von is really interesting when it comes to the music talk in general, because he came out with this term called a demon, right? He started calling himself a demon, right? He even has a song telling people when he became a demon.
Yeah.
You've seen people like Charleston White literally say this dude is demonic, he's from the devil and stuff like that. How do you feel about people over spiritualizing music? Because when obviously to start off, I don't like the demon term in general.
Me neither.
I hate when people call themselves like, I'm a demon or I'm about to hop on demon time. Like, it's very important to remember that you're not going to be a demon if you go to hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna be a human being and you're gonna be suffering. If I'm just gonna keep
Let
it
'em
blunt
know.
with y'all.
Let 'em know.
So if you do believe in demons, it's not good to identify as one. And I know we live in a world where you can identify as everything. Please don't identify as a demon. Because identifying as a demon has some implications that you guys do not want. Anyway.
Or a white.
Yeah, we called them out. We called them out.
We
got y'all out the way. Anyway.
Check that episode out. Man.
Do people be over spiritualizing with King Von? Is he a demon, bro? Is King Von a demon?
I personally would not say that he's a demon.
Does he have some demonic influence in his music?
For sure.
Really?
I think okay, maybe man, that's an interesting question because I guess for context for those who don't know a whole lot about King Von's music, his music is big on the drill scene in Chicago, which hopefully we know now what the term drill means, but if not it's
man. I'm not gonna flashback, but we know why he said that.
Flashback. Drill is more of like an expression because it's really the only reason why drill hits the way it hits is because you drilling whatever you feel into that song. That's why it's called like drill. So if you feel a certain way,
that's not why it's called drill. Drill is like that's not what drill.
That's my definition of drill. Yeah, that's my
end of flashback.
You went crazy.
Anyway, his music is very big on killing or robbing, murdering, and I feel like because of that, and especially with his real life history, people coin that term of calling him a demon. Where I mean, I think it's really interesting, and even going into the term of like entertainment as a whole and music, like how seriously are you taking a person's lyrics or the entertainment, and like how are you applying that specifically to your life? Is it affecting you specifically?
Yeah.
And I think that's where conviction comes into a place is a lot. You and I have even had conversations about this, about like entertainment, you know, so to say, like movies or shows that may portray certain things that are demonic, or, you know, things that kind of would make you feel uneasy, you know, because of, you know, certain like, I don't know, elements that are portrayed or brought across. I guess that's like you said, that's a good way of putting it.
You know what's always so interesting about music? People don't seem to have the ability to discern real from fake when it comes to music, but they have the ability to do so in movies.
Yeah.
For example, a lot of Christians will go watch Sinners or they'll go watch John Wick. John Wick will kill 200 people in the movie, and people would just say, "Oh, that was a great movie. It was thrilling," because they understand that's just entertainment. You don't have to really go up to Keanu Reeves and be like, "Bro, you need to be arrested." Like, we obviously know Keanu Reeves isn't really a killer.
Right.
When it comes to guys like Von and Lil Jeff, okay, it becomes a little bit more ambiguous because they do honestly tell you, like, hey, they're really trying to push the message that, no, I'm not just rapping about this, I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
But then there are also rappers that are just rapping about it, and they'll let you know, like, bro, this is just for entertainment.
Exactly.
Like, especially when you hear people like Ian talk about, like, doing something violent to you, you don't look at Ian and say, bro, like, Ian is gonna hurt somebody. Like, no, you just know he's just rapping. You know, you don't have to worry about it too much. So I don't know. I've always found that interesting, and I guess the counter argument could be that the rappers aren't trying to make it sound like it's entertainment. You know, because movies, they allow you to know, hey, this is scripted.
Right.
But some of the rappers make it a little bit more gray area. You know, the baby.
Yeah,
catching hats in Walmart and stuff like that. And I guess it would be like this. It's like Jeffrey Dahmer's not out there making movies.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what people would argue. Like, Jeffrey Dahmer's not making movies, but King Von is making rap songs.
Yeah.